with this. But basically, what we wanted to do is have a daily platform and interaction as we all go together through these times and as we experience this, transformation and everything that's going on. And we also would like to have a mantra for this beautiful daily live stream. And the mantra is, we are healthy, we are wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. Okay, so comment this down below. We are healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. And the way we would like to do this is we would like to start with a content block and talk a little bit about what's going on, how to navigate, and then transition into a Q&A. And that's kind of what we would like to do. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. I'm going to find you guys here in our live stream so I can see your questions and everything. So there we are. Let me see who's here. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Sloan. I'm just going to say, hey, Agni. Hey, Melissa. What's going on, guys? So good to see you. So, there you go. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. So, depending on where you're tuning in from, your current circumstances might be a little different, but generally speaking, we're all, for the first time probably in recent human history, we're all confronted with the same things, with a lot of similar questions, and maybe even what we would call restrictions. So we're gonna talk, from the perspective of here in the US and what's going on. And basically what is happening is that we are receiving more and more announcements from the governments, both federal and state governments and local governments every day. And it's starting to be, the message is clear: stay at home, don't go out, or as little as possible. And we see this more and more happening. The streets are pretty much empty. There's not a lot of traffic. And that's what's going on in the physical reality. But we all know that you tuned in not just to discuss the physical reality, but to see what is energetically going on and how you can thrive through these times, which is really, really important. So we would suggest, if you tend to wobble when you watch the news, and if you tend to, get scared and all of that, then just, watch the daily or it's usually daily announcements that you feel are important for you, so you know what's going on, or if there's any new restrictions. But then you can turn things off and recalibrate to you, who you are, what you're about, and why it's important for you to meditate, or to spend time with your family, to write your first book or third book, or start your blog. And I know you guys have a lot of questions, so we're gonna walk you through it and then have a live Q&A as well. Yeah, the cat is there. That's Baby, by the way, and Jagger's right here. He's sitting here. So another thing that we see is happening now, as people are staying home more, of course they're on social media more, the discussions are very heated. It's, on one side it's political, on the other side it's there's theories and conspiracies and all of that, and we don't even want to go into the validity of, that's not what this is about. Just know that from a inner being, from a higher self standpoint, there's no value in engaging in these discussions, because you are not going to convince anyone of anything. Okay, so as soon as they let go of resistance, whatever message you or the universe has for them will find them. But as long as they're having the resistance, all you're doing is you're falling out of balance when you engage. So lovingly scroll past them, and maybe even better, do what we call social media cleansing. Go through your feed, see what inspires you, see what scares you, see what wobbles you, and then adjust accordingly. Delete, mute. You can customize your social media feed so it's an inspiring place for you. So when you go there, When you check it out, there's going to be inspiring things for you. You're going to connect with inspiring people. And that's what really we believe this should be about. So do this too. Like you do a juice cleanse and like you do a cleanse for your body, do a social media cleanse as well. I have a little list here, so it's kind of a cheat sheet. So I remember what all we wanted to go through. Um, so things clearly like meditation, like yoga, like exercise, like scripting, it's a perfect time for that. Because know this, that while we're seeing these, tumultuous time, and it's there's a lot of question marks. People are anxious to see how this is unfolding, but remember that it's always been the same. There's the physical reality, and then there's the vibrational reality, which is everything that you create that's in your vortex that you have been creating, and it hasn't changed. Just because we have this extraordinary situation, this reality hasn't changed. Your vibrational reality is still there. The universe is still there. The laws of the universe still apply. The human laws are changing right now, but they're always changing. So know that this really is exactly how it's supposed to be. Know that this is still the path of least resistance. It is still your creation. You're still on your path. Nothing in that regard has changed. Exactly. See, Rosie says, live in the moment, not in fear, like recalibrating. So I see that people are stressed out or feeling emotional, and why not? Allow. Why not? Why fight it? Don't fight it. Allow it, but don't dwell on it. You see, to have an emotional reaction to an experience is completely normal, but your emotional reaction lasts anywhere from 4 to maybe 8 minutes. Okay, that's on the top end, because that's how long your body's capable of living through those emotions, and then they're lived. Actually, then you could just move on. And now what we do is, in our mind, we repeat, we go back, we replay, we rewind and go back and relive the emotions. And so they become a part of us through this memory. But the true emotion of whatever it is, anger, stress, grief, it lasts for 4 to 8 minutes, tops. And then this experience is through. So if you can do that, allow yourself to have the experience, to cry if necessary, to scream if necessary. Your neighbors are going to survive. To vent if you have to, but 4 to 8 minutes, okay? Give yourself that time frame, and then you will see that your body will want to move out of that state naturally. It can't be in this constant state of stress. It can't sustain the hormones that it takes. It will want to move out. If you follow that step, then you can move into the next state, which why not leave it an open state and see, okay, what is next? What is next? What is the next step? Make a cup of tea, make a cup of coffee, text a friend, watch a show, read a book. Don't make this 7-year plan. There's no necessity for this right now, okay? Just one step, one day at a time. Let me see what else. So I see here compromised immune system. I would say, and this is no medical advice whatsoever, but I would say at any stage in your life, when you feel that your immune system isn't up to par, when you feel that your body isn't in the state of health that you would like it to be, there are steps that you can take. And again, it starts with recalibration. It starts with alignment. It starts with finding the other end of the stick, finding what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. Now you're finding what it is that you do desire, and then calibrate to it, okay? Then align with it. And this includes everything from meditation to putting healthy, good foods in your body, which is really good to see is in most grocery stores, the fresh foods are usually still there. Now, all the frozen stuff, it goes out pretty quickly, but the fresh food stays. Fruit, veggies, bask in that. Make juices, eat them raw, however, and you will see that the more you do that, the more your immune system will build up again as well. It has always worked for us, so I trust that this will work for you as well. Um, yes, so Saba Muhammadi says, "Can we talk about manifestations?" So I would say it has nothing has changed. If you go back now and if you want to rewatch the videos that we have made on manifestation or that Abraham Hicks or the other teachers, nothing of those principles has changed just because of what is going on right now. The the outer reality is always changing. The laws of the universe are never changing. So whatever you have done for the past months or years, it's still just as valid as it was then. It's still valid now. And I know someone asked the question, well, what about my business? I know there is someone who built a yoga business over 8 years, and now the business is closed, as so many others are too. And I would say, if this is your calling, if this is what you love to do, and no matter if you're a yoga teacher or if you are a bus driver or if you are a writer, whatever it is that you love to do, that is your calling, your purpose, a way will appear. And one of the great things now is that you can be a yoga teacher on the internet. You can jump on YouTube and create a channel. And there was a time when we were unsure about how all this works. There was a time when we didn't know how YouTube works, or we didn't know if we wanted to do this, and then we jumped right in. And here we are, I don't know, 41,000 subscribers later. We have such a wonderful community, you, the Inspired Tribe. Jump in. And if it isn't YouTube, do a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live or whatever you want to, and just invite your friends in to do like 20 minutes of yoga with you. And if you need inspiration, I'm sure you heard of her, but check out Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube so you can see the sky's not even the limit. There are no limits for, how many people you can reach, and especially in these times where most of the people, that's the main form of communication right now. And you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Jump right on, try it, and you will see that new ideas, new inspiration will come. It says somewhere, not everywhere fresh food is available. Yeah, I mean, yes. Naturally and obviously, given the situation, there's going to be some shortages here and there. And relax, trust, okay? If it isn't tonight, it's tomorrow morning. We are all in this together. We're experiencing this together. We have created this together. It is unfolding together. But see the wonderful things. Nature is breathing, which means nature is growing, which means nature is allowing, which means we're allowing nature too. And if you have a little piece of, if you have a backyard or even a front yard, if you have a little piece of land or just a balcony, start growing little things. Start growing tomatoes, start growing peppers, start growing salads. It's really easy to do. Kristin has been, she's amazing at it. She has 2 green thumbs and all green toes, and so I do what she tells me, and then that's how it works. But she's been growing everything everywhere in every climate zone, and it's always been super successful. So I'm gonna look at some of the questions that you guys are asking. So, okay, so how can we stay positive when things are hard? Okay, so I wouldn't say stay positive. I would say play it out for a moment, okay? Let's do it for a moment. Let's do it together. Play out the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that we transition into the other realm. That's the worst that can happen. We transition into the other realm, and sooner or later we're all going to, unless you find a way to, renew yourselves with 100% success every day, every time, then this body, you can probably sustain it for hundreds of years, and we're working on it. But what I'm saying is, eventually we are going to transition to the other realm. So what? That isn't the worst case. That is just the evolution, but it's just a body. It's just our body. And eventually we're going to let go of it. So maybe this is a good time to just allow for this to become a part of us, to know that this is this is going to be the journey eventually. And once this becomes a more comfortable thought, because you let go of the idea of death and the end of everything, there is no end of everything, then perhaps you can find more comfort. So I wouldn't say try to stay positive and go really hard at it. And, I want to think that that's not working. When you have resistance, then you need to give yourself enough time, 4 to 8 minutes, to live through that resistance. And then, as Abraham says, you recalibrate. What is it that I don't want? What is it that I do want? It's going to feel better to go over here. What you do want always feels better. But if you don't fight this, then the path over here is going to be so much easier and smoother. So that's what I would do. And don't feel like you need to educate everyone around you on this, because people that are going to be open, they're going to follow you anyways. And the ones who have resistance, let them be. Because the only one who will fall out of balance if you try is you. Hey, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Good to see you guys. So yeah, this is basically the message for today. And you guys have kind of brought it up, is, be in this present moment. Go one day at a time, and remember that who you were, the divine eternal being just a few weeks ago, you still are, and you are going to be. It doesn't change with the outer circumstances. It isn't like being connected to source and your inner being requires a set of circumstances on the outside. It doesn't. That's who you are. Calibrate to that. And if it feels good, listen to whoever feels good to you, Abraham Hicks or whoever it is. Listen on repeat. Why not? 2 hours, 3 hours. It will come in and you will remember if you have forgotten for a little moment. So this was our first daily live stream. There's no real set of rules here. We're winging it, but we are going to talk about certain things as time progresses. And please, if you have any questions, let us know. There's the live chat here, and on our community tab, you can ask questions for the new live streams. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard. And also, if you feel like, you want to have a daily reminder for your inspiration, that's what Kristin does. She makes these beautiful designs. This is, we have so many in the store, but this is the one that people just keep coming back to. This is such a hot item. Everything is always working out for me. Hoodie and t-shirts. I mean, they're the best sellers, but there's so many other beautiful designs that she's made. Check them out in the merch store underneath. And if you want to support this, there's also a support button down there. But mainly, Inspire Tribe. Align, calibrate, love yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself a break. You don't have to figure it out all. You don't have to figure it all out today. One step at a time, right towards your manifestations, your dream life. Inspire Tribe. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow right here.